I think it looks very similar. I think it's outrageous, and if I was Bluey, I'd go and sue them.
An American TV show is being accused of ripping off Brisbane's runaway hit Bluey. Chilla tells the story of a family of rodents. As you'll see, there are striking similarities between these copy rats and our favourite healers.
Good morning, Tradwife Nation. As a chinchilla owner, I feel legally obligated to watch this god-awful children's cartoon. Before I get into the show, I need to explain the reason it exists and who's behind it. Earlier this month, the Daily Wire launched a streaming service called Bent Key. I'd rather bend a key than bend my dick. It allegedly dropped on Disney's 100th anniversary because they hate Disney for, not supporting the Don't Say Gay bill. Yeah. This streaming platform was literally created to be like anti-woke Disney or whatever. In an ironic twist, conservatives are actually the ones who want to indoctrinate children. Actually, let's be real. Is that really a twist? So how is this show a Bluey ripoff exactly? I want to state that the writing isn't even remotely comparable, then the themes are not the same, the characters are not the same. The issue mostly lies within the art and music styles, and in fact Chilla used to have an entirely different art style before Bluey became super popular. Once Daily Wire saw Bluey's success, they redesigned the character models to look more like Bluey, and honestly, they look a lot worse. That's pretty brazen of them. Speaking of brazen, that's actually the name of their animation team. I was pretty surprised to see that Brazen did the work on this crappy film school-esque project, given they've done super successful projects in the past such as Fortnite and Crash Bandicoot. I mean, look at this koi pond. The water is not moving. The koi are going to die. The chinchillas are animal abusers. The backgrounds and characters are not nearly as nice or iconic as those in Bluey, despite the desperate attempt to emulate the hit show's style. So now you know why the show exists, but who is behind it? Oh, of course, Mr. Hypothetically Speaking himself. Along with Shapiro, we have other incredible people working on this project such as Rob Schneider and Matt Walsh. What an incredible cast. I definitely trust all of these people around children.
Girls between the ages of like 17 and 24 is when they're technically most fertile.
The show itself isn't outright telling you to commit a hate crime or anything like that, but it is clearly showing an idealized traditional lifestyle. It's a show about conservative values, but it's really so neutral. Where's the conservative episodes about strong national defense, free market economy, limited social welfare programs? The show follows a family of 5 chinchillas who homeschooled their kids, which is made so much worse with how insanely incompetent the parents are. Not to mention these guys literally never go outside. They walk across the street like once in one episode to go talk to Matt Walsh.
Here, I want to show you something.
Yeah, I'm sure these kids will grow up to be well-adjusted members of society. Definitely don't need any socialization or friends as a kid. All you need is that Sigma grind. Despite being homeschooled, they're never learning math or anything, aside from like one science and one history lesson. Just stupid shit like how not to be scared of the pastel-covered My Little Pony-ass looking woods, or like, whatever the fuck is going on here. The characters are incredibly flat, even for a kid's show. They all have one personality trait, and that's entitlement. Although, you know what, that really is the average family who watches Daily Wire, so that actually checks out. One thing I will absolutely say is the show is kinda odd when it comes to female characters.
Chinny, hold my calls. I'm gonna walk and talk with these two.
Certainly, Chief. But what do I know? I'm just a secretary.
This dumb bitch just accepts that she's just a mere secretary and her life is of no value. I could slaughter her in the streets and she'd be the topic of a Netflix biopic. She also always wants her kids to do the most basic shit ever for her. Like, she loses her earrings and she's like, okay, you guys go find them. Not to mention, she has never worn earrings in episodes prior, which means it took her 10 fucking minutes to lose that pair of earrings. No wonder she can't get promoted past secretary. The daughter Chilla is also portrayed in an interesting way because, like, okay, so she has a few episodes that are, I think, supposed to be about her, and like, I just want to go through them one by one because they are arguably the weirdest in the series. In one episode, it starts with her being afraid of the closet, and the dad is talking about bravery, so you think, oh, she's gonna learn how to face her fears, right? Well, no. They set up a fantasy roleplay to try and help her become brave, but like 30 seconds in, Chip is like, fuck that noise, I'm out, and gets lost in the woods and has to face his fears. And when he returns, the mom is like, wow, our family is so brave. What was the fucking lesson? The daughter never faced her fears. She isn't brave. She didn't do shit. Y'all just forgot about her. There was no character development. I guess the lesson was that women are stupid pussies and we need to focus on men and how awesome and red-pilled they are. Boys, 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 boys. Another episode that centers around her is one where she's being taught not to be a snitch. If she lived in Detroit, she'd be the victim of a drive-by shooting. She's encouraged by her parents to write a newspaper and learn to write about interesting stories, but instead she writes about shit like a guy picking his nose and Chip not putting his laundry away. When all is said and done, though, the paper still has more integrity than Fox News. She finally finds her story by reporting on the Record toy donation in her town. The Record is a single fucking box that one kid brought. People are selfish. We live in a cruel world. The third is an episode where she becomes a power-hungry president.
A great leader knows when to give up power.
No comment. Another issue I got with this show is how incredibly stupid the parents are. These guys are a perfect example of why not everyone is qualified to homeschool their children. They destroy the house in every single episode, neglect their children by doing shit like refuse to fix the AC because they're too busy in the massage chair, and then they act like they're teaching the kids some lesson by doing that. You're not teaching shit, you're just lazy. The dad looks like he's about to ask me to get him a Pabst Blue Ribbon from the fridge and call me a slur if I'm not fast enough. Everyone in this show feels irresponsible, stupid, and entitled. I hate everyone here. There's no character development or anything. Before you say, well, Mango, you're watching a show that's for 5-year-olds. Trust me, I'm painfully aware of that. But I also want to point out that Bluey is also a kids show and manages to have dynamic plots and characters. What makes Bluey such a beloved show is that it can teach lessons to both adults and kids and delve into a bit deeper and more valuable concepts in a kid-friendly way. Chilla completely misses the mark with this. It's no less of corporate slop for children than Cocomelon. If I see someone get nostalgic for Chilla or Cocomelon, I'm giving up. It's game over. I don't want to be here anymore. God, this generation is doomed. The lessons themselves aren't really that bad, but the way they go about teaching them are below mediocre and generally just portray adults as incompetent. I feel like this is gonna end up breeding kids with authority issues who disrespect their teachers because they think all adults are stupid. This show has literally been out for one day as I'm posting this, and the reception has been less than good, especially from Australia. Pretty much everyone is unhappy that a crappy cartoon made by Ben Shapiro is attempting to ride off Bluey's coattails. I don't really see this show or the streaming service being successful as neither are anything special, and honestly, the streaming service market is ridiculously oversaturated right now. And who is going to choose Daily Wire Plus over something like Netflix? If anyone watching this is thinking, ooh, me, I would do that, I want you to find the nearest bridge and contemplate your life choices. If you want something to show your kids that's age appropriate, but also not complete brain mush, put on Bluey. I'm usually the type of person to look for redeeming qualities in media I dislike, but honestly, this cartoon and its service only exists as a fuck you to Disney for supporting gay rights. I think that's kind of a weird reason to make a cartoon. So yeah, I guess I can't really be asked this time because I really and truly did not find anything even remotely redeeming here. It's not even like the worst cartoon or anything, it's just really boring, really flat, unlikable, unwatchable, and disjointed. I would normally also say, hey, if you enjoy the show, no hate to you, but to be fair, if you're old enough to be writing a comment on this, you're probably not watching it anyways. I want to give a shout out to some cartoons that are actually good to show your kids, because obviously you don't want to show them this one. You can show Bluey, obviously, you know, the show this is ripping off, but other few cartoons that I want to shout out are My Dad is a Bounty Hunter, which I see absolutely nobody talking about, but is absolutely fantastic. Shows a great family dynamic, delves into deeper topics while still being kid-friendly. Same with Mood Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and the art for that is absolutely incredible, and so is the music. It's just very, very attention-grabbing while also being very, very good. And then, of course, the classics like Chowder, Flapjack, Adventure Time. There's a lot more stuff you could put on besides, you know, Chilla. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely found it to be an interesting topic that Ben Shapiro, of all people, decided to make a cartoon. So if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe with notifications on. I will catch you on the flip side.